Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Here is another class update. Welcome back to Pinky Hooks. I told you guys, I said I was going to record this video after work. Now, as y'all can see, I don't look as glamorous as I did yesterday. But I just got off of work and it was all right day for a Monday. What I was going to say? Oh yeah, before you know what? I'm going to say this going forward now. Before we start the video, please give it a thumbs up. See, I normally give y'all the opportunity to look at the video and decide whether you like it or not. And then I used to say, please like it. But don't like it if you don't like it. But I want you to like it. Well, no. I'll be looking at how many views I got, and I'm like, dang, for that amount of views, complete views, if I get like 100 views on a video, right, and I'm like, wait, only 12 of y'all liked it? So I gotta, I'm like, dang, I got like over 70 people looking at it, but they was just like, they had to think about whether they liked it. So, like, my math is horrible. Like 70-something or 80-something people liked it. I mean, they watched it, but they didn't like it. And then I think some of y'all be like, I actually did like it, but I think that y'all got so wrapped up in it at the end of the video. I don't know what y'all do. I don't know if y'all be like, all right, that show is over, right? When I say bye-bye, and then y'all don't even wait for the outro. If there is an outro. Lately, when I do these kind of videos, I haven't been doing like my little introduction and then the outro where you see, please like and subscribe. I don't know what y'all do. I think y'all just hurry up and y'all start changing the channel. I don't know. But I was just like, dang. I mean, I know y'all probably like, well, Shine, we like it. We're subscribed. I guess. We comment. Then I have the people who are silent, and they told me, like, I mean, a lot of you guys, I forgot who was subscribed to the channel. Y'all showed up when y'all thought I was going to leave, when I thought I was going to leave my channel. Y'all showed up when it mattered the most. Yeah, and if y'all like, well, Cheyenne, look, we still here. But I'm like, I really need for y'all to hit the like. Because I don't know who's liking stuff. Anyway, I know y'all like Shine. That's not what this video is supposed to be about. It's not. But anyway, so yeah. Here's the class update. Because I haven't eaten dinner yet. And I'm ready to eat dinner and go to bed. And Ruby is watching me, y'all. She is watching me from her camera. I should turn this camera around. Let me try to turn the camera around. Let me see what it look like, y'all. I don't know what y'all can see. Let's see. Y'all see her? She's not locked up in the cage, y'all. She's sitting on her litter box. She's disgusted. Look at her. She like, turn that cat. Look, she look pissed off, y'all. Look. Cause she's on a litter box. She like she look mad. Hold on. She look bad. Like, you really gonna let these people, you really gonna film me on the toilet? Oh my gosh, she looks humiliated right now. Ruby, I'm sorry. She's just like, what happened to the sisterhood? Ruby was mad. Wait a minute, I gotta fix the camera, y'all. Hold on. Did that work? Okay. I don't like this background. I'm gonna turn the room back, and we can't even see my Barbara over there and all my pictures. But I had to rearrange the room. I don't like this. It looks like something that, I don't know, something from the 70s. Like, I don't know what's happening right here. I'm gonna change it. All right, I'm serious. I'm about to really get to this. This is how you know I'm tired, because I'm just like, so Saturday class. So okay. Remember, I have the May students, which was Jeanette and Andrea, that crossed over into the June class with the newbies, right? So this past Saturday, Jeanette showed up. And that was the one that was out of town. But Andrea is the one with the dishcloths. She didn't show up, but that's because she was out of town. So again, I'm not so much concerned about my May students because I know those two, definitely want to continue. However, what I was expecting was, okay, remember, there was 3 new June students from the first class. So that was Cheryl, that was Emmy, and then that was Molly. Molly was the 20-something-year-old. Well, Molly didn't show up. Now, she may be looking at this shit. She'll be like, I don't know what happened. She didn't call. She didn't show up. But Cheryl got there before I was. Cheryl is the one that is a little, I already, I have a special place in my heart because she resembles Barb, and she was there and she had used up all her one little skein of yarn, practicing her single crochet or whatever. And, yeah, she was. And what was cool was that Cheryl had not only did that, remember we did that field trip to Hobby Lobby and Cheryl bought some yarns. She breaks out some of the yarn that she had bought from Hobby Lobby, but it was already stitched up in the chevron stitch. Now remember, Cheryl and Emmy is the late 80s lady. They both have their past experience from crocheting. They just haven't done it in years. But I wasn't expecting to see that chevron stitch. So she did I would say about this much. Yeah, about that much. And she had did, I'm going to estimate it probably was around a good 12, 13 rows. And what was crazy was that it was raised. It was puffed chevron stitch. She did not realize, because I was just like, wait, how does she know how to do that? And I actually showed her, and she's like, I didn't want it to look like that. And I said, oh, if you didn't want it to look like that, you're not going under both loops. So she didn't realize that that is actually a stitch when you're working only in the front loop or the back loop. And in this case, she was only working in the front loop. She wasn't working, which was why you got that raised effect rather than the sunken. And I was first of all, I could not stop looking at the fact that she was sitting up here doing this now. And then she continued to blow my mind because she goes, she was just like, yeah, I was looking at this, I was looking at something online on YouTube, and she said, and I want to do this. And she's like, and I'm trying to follow. And she happened, I mean, what's crazy is that I can identify this person's work that she did. I didn't even have to look at the channel. She had it pulled up on her phone. As soon as I saw the cow, I said, that's Fiberflux. I know Fiberflux work when I see it. I just know. I don't know why, how I know her work when I see it. I do not need to see that, oh, the little Fiberflux. And because I love Fiberflux, I really do. She's one of my favorites. Always has been a secret. I don't really talk about Fiberflux too much. I might mention TLC or Crystal. I mean, who doesn't mention Crystal? But yeah, I mentioned Fiberflux, and she already, because I told you she's the one that wanted to make the scarf, but she saw a cowl and she's just like, I want to make that. But in the meantime, she also had pulled up on her phone. She knows how, she's up here reading. She was reading something on her phone, the instructions on how to do, the chevron stitch. So basically what she was, I don't know what she was actually practicing for. I don't think she was making the chevron stitch for the scarf. Cheryl, forgive me if you're watching this. I forgot how she ended up doing that. But okay, so that shows you how advanced she is. That shows you how advanced she is. I was just like, yeah, I was just like, I was so happy. Now here comes Emmy. Emmy, Okay, so Emmy had, been practicing her single crochet or whatever, and then I forgot what. So Emmy still wants. Oh, so she originally wanted to make a blanket. She said someone else beat her to it or something. I forgot what happened. Whatever the case was, Emmy has changed her mind. Emmy wants to do a shawl. And again, just like Cheryl, remember, these are the two. These are the two who already have the skill, but they haven't touched it in years. That's what I'm saying. This is might going to be a little bit easier, but it's going to be interesting because nobody's doing the basic project for a beginner. Nobody's like, I don't have anybody in my class right now at the present moment, maybe Jeanette, that is really doing like, I'm just going to go ahead and do this dish cloth or dish towel, whatever. No. So basically the way I'm working is that I am literally just like, okay, they're finding the patterns they want. Well, with Emmy, who wants to do the shawl, so there's a TV in the conference room, and I put on the video of my first shawl that I made, the one where I had to boogie down by myself in the very beginning or whatever. And I was telling her, I was like, we're going to start from the triangle and we're going to work our way up. We're going to start at the corner, at the bottom, and work our way up. And she was just like, no, I want mine just to be, back and forth. I said, oh, you want so she wants a rectangular shawl. And I was just like, okay, yeah, we can do that. So basically it's just a matter of what stitch do you want to do. And so I think she is going to do she said she wanted to do the double crochet. So I just needed to refresh her on the double crochet. And that is the one that I need to do a tutorial for. But I don't even want to go into the whole entire situation with my computer back and forth or whatever. I have got to somehow find some time to record that one, just a very short one like I did with the half double crochet. It's going to be simple, but I don't think Emmy watches, she's older. I don't think she watches YouTube or anything like that. Anyway, I guess so. Yeah, I know. Cause I'm scared that Ruby might try to pay me back for exposing her on the toilet. She hopping around, but she might get near me and try to stomp on my foot or something. Anyway, so that's what Emmy's doing. So I told her, I said, okay, look, you just want a simple rectangular shawl. And what's funny is that I've done many shawls, whether they were mostly they were crystals before I had got my own channel, and then the two that I made were just I like triangle, but I've never done a rectangular shawl. I'm just like, okay, so I'm hoping this is gonna be fairly easy. It's just a matter of once she gets it down and just giving her a border. Like, I love doing borders. Okay. So that's what's going on. Miley, like I said, she never came back. So I don't know. And remember, for the June class, according to the leasing office, remember I said there were 5 seats available. That's not including the May students. So they had told me that 4 seats was taken, 1 was tentative, as far like the 5th person was supposed to confirm. They never confirmed. I'm so over that. And then the one that they had called and said, hey, tell the instructor I won't be there for the first class. So I'm thinking that they're going to show up for this class. Nope, they didn't come. They ain't call, they ain't come. They didn't. And let me tell y'all something about Cheryl. That Cheryl is the one that resembles Barb. This lady, very nice, really good spirit. But you can tell that she doesn't have no tolerance for stuff like that. Like, I think it gets under her skin, that people are not showing up, or they're just, like, nobody said anything about Molly not being there. We just continued on or whatever. And I think it bothers Cheryl, you know. And I will be honest, folks, this time it bothered me a little bit. I didn't display that in front of the class, but it bothered me. It bothered me a little bit because I was just like, okay, whatever, you know, like, and both Cheryl and Emmy sat in that class and said, you know what? You really should start charging people, because they probably would show their little tails up then, you know. And I kind of, you know, I explained to them, I reiterated the whole entire thing about why, you know, I've always been uncomfortable with money. I'm horrible with money, first of all, to begin with. But I just, because of the fact that you guys, you know how this all started. You know how it started. And now Emmy and Cheryl, that, you know, like, and Andrea too, and Jeanette, they all know why now, how this class came to be, what transpired, what chain of events took place for this to happen. And so for a while, you know, after the day had ended, I started thinking like, I started feeling a little bit down about it. Just a little bit angry, not too much. I think more so disappointment. The fact that these people keep doing this, and I'm just like, I mean, I feel stupid for being upset about it, because I'm like, okay, Shai, it's a free class, like, you can't force these people to come or whatever. But I you know what, and I feel like it would be better if you just don't put your name on the list. That's how I feel. Just, if you're not going to come, then don't put your name on the list. Because if the leasing officers say, oh, you just got 2 people, then fine. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like remember that first class, and I said 8 seats, and they took up the 8 seats within a day and a half. And then only 4 showed up. And then every week somebody dropped off, you know? And I can't lie, y'all. I'm human. Part of me feels like, okay, it's summertime. Like, I mean, y'all know that I like to sit at home. But whether I have something more important to do or somewhere more important to be, that's not the issue. The issue is like, it did make me feel like, you know what? Y'all better pray that I feel like doing anything in July. And really, to tell you the truth, I've been thinking that I may not do a July class just to take some time off. I know y'all like, time off, Shine. What are you talking about? You just started this whole entire class. What I'm talking about is because it's summertime. You know, I mean, yeah, I do have, you know, there are a couple of friends. I don't have a whole bunch, but there's a couple of friends that's like, well, what are you doing? Like, let's go to breakfast Saturday morning or something like that. What I was thinking about doing is maybe for July, just do, like, give them a schedule, say, hey, there's only going to be 2 classes for the whole entire month of July, like 2 Saturdays. You know what I mean? And then pick it back up and be consistent in August. So now, going back to the class team, Jeanette is from the May class, okay? Now, Jeanette is the one that did not come out with a finished project. She is a little bit, you know, her learning curve is a little bit slower than Andrea's, but that's no worries, no worries. So she came back in and she brought her grandchildren. Now, she has a grandson now. Of course, you know, he's like a toddler, kind of, yeah, I think he's like a toddler, but he wasn't there for the crochet class. But her granddaughter, who was 6, and her granddaughter's name is Naomi. And so it was challenging because I originally set these classes up, and the leasing office cannot say no children allowed. That's by the property rules or whatever. But that's the reason why you have to call and say, hey, I'm interested in this class. But Jeanette had told me that she was going to be bringing her granddaughter. And I mean, I was happy because of the fact that we want young children, but I was not prepared for the challenge of a 6-year-old. The reason why is because, I mean, she's a lovely girl. Like, she's freaking like, it was cuteness overload. Seriously, cuteness overload. However, when I'm instructing or teaching, I realize that I'm teaching adults. And but because all of our brains are, like, they're, how can I say it? Like, we're just better with the mechanics of it. It's like a pro and con to that, because children absorb like sponges. Why? Because everything is new. That's why they say if you want to teach a child a new language, right, you want to get them when they're young, because it's like there's nothing, because they're still learning, there's no right or wrong way. They're just learning. Does that make sense? Whereas we're already, our mind, there we go, our brains are already developed. So when someone says, okay, if an adult is trying to learn another language, because our brains are already developed, because we already have the experience of speaking one language, we let that get in the way of accepting something new. And so with a child, it's like, it's supposed everything's new. So therefore, they're probably going to be more successful. But see, the thing is like, it looked like she does grab the concept. She realizes what a chain is supposed to look like. But what she has not developed was the mechanics of it. And so just like her grandmother, because I was shocked. I was shocked that this 6-year-old, I mean, she's tiny too. She literally, I was like, okay, this is your hook and here's your yarn. And I didn't say anything. And that child literally was holding the crochet hook like this with them tiny little hands. And I said, oh my God. She's not writing. She's drawing. I guess, yeah, she's coloring and stuff like that. But normally I'm just used to kids looking like this. Like they want to stab somebody, or I was expecting this. I was not expecting this. And like her fingers was like, it wasn't like all of them a bunch like this. It was like this. Like, I said, oh. So now I'm like, so I don't go into the explanation of, well, this is called the steak knife technique and the pencil technique. She's not going to understand that. She was just looking at me like, because I was just like, okay, you know how to make a knot? And she was like, mm-mm. I said, well, what do you do when you tie your shoes? She was like, I don't know how to tie my shoes. I said, oh. So she said something about she forgot or something. So it was, she kept doing like the yarn like this way instead of this way. And so it was almost like she was making a chain in reverse. I know that's kind of hard to explain. Y'all have to forgive me because I'm super tired. I'm sure y'all can see that. It was a long day at work. But I just allowed her, right? Yeah, I saw mistakes in the chain, but in my mind, because I've never taught a child, and I'm not gonna lie to y'all, it's challenging. It was challenging because of the fact that I really didn't want to take away from the adult students, but I want this child to learn it, like, and I wanted to make sure that Naomi felt like, okay, hey, you're sitting here with the big girls, and that she was a part of it. And I was never expecting for her to come out with some perfect chain or whatever. So I kind of just sat there. I would touch her, and then sometimes I would, when I say I would touch her, I would put my hands on her hands. I was just like, okay, and I would literally like, right from behind, like she was like here on my arm. I take this hand and put it over her right, and then this one over that. And I literally was like wrapping. She's holding the hook and the yarn, but I'm doing the motion with her, with her little hands. And that was the only way that I knew. I didn't know what else to do, y'all. It took me for a shock. And what was funny was that Jeanette, her grandmother, Jeanette is like looking, and you could tell Jeanette wanted to say something. And I was just like, and then I finally had to say, Jeanette, You don't be looking at what she's doing. I need for you to concentrate. Because remember, Jeanette has not learned. She is still trying to learn. Now, her chain, she's getting more consistent with her chain as far as her gauge, but she is still trying to do her single crochet. So, I had to mess with Jeanette and be like, you don't look at what she's doing. You concentrate on what you need to be concentrating on. But I did tell Jeanette that while we're, during this week, when she is practicing, let her do, unless she comes to you, let her work on the chain. Because I started realizing that it's going to work itself out. It's going to work itself out. Kids are just sponges. That's what they are. And sometimes I think adults get in the way of their learning. Yes, we are there to guide them. We are there to show them, to instruct them, but you have to remember it is a child. This child has been on this earth 6 years. Everything she sees, hears, touch, smells, it is all new to her. And sometimes we kind of get in the way of children. It's kind of like that parent that is scared to let the child go who's on the bike. After they've taken off the training wheels, you want to let it go sooner or later. They're just like, no, you're still wobbling. Let them wobble. And that's what I had to do. I had to catch myself. But we'll see how that works out. So I will continue y'all to give an update on Naomi. She is my youngest student. Naomi is 6. Yep. So that's how that class went, and it was okay. But after class, if y'all remember, I told y'all it was supposed to be me, Miley, and Emmy. We were supposed to all go to brunch. Well, Molly didn't show, but Emmy, she's an older woman, and I told y'all, my heart just is like, because I know that Emmy is so happy to have friends. When we get older, especially if you're living by yourself or something like that, and I told y'all, I always get scared to think that I may be one of these people living by myself. I may not ever find anybody. I may not ever get married or whatever. Am I going to be this old lady, like instead of having cats, I just have rabbits all over the place? But you can tell when somebody is craving not attention, but company. They just want company. And so you could tell, she's like, we're still going to go to lunch, aren't we? And I was just like, yeah. I was just like, Emmy, hey, I gave you my word. It wasn't based on whether someone else was going to come. We're here, And so we ended up and we went to IHOP, and that was like, it was hysterical. It was hysterical because it was an argument between me and her about who was paying. She kept saying, that's all you want is pancakes? And I'm like, Emmy, I can't eat that bacon. It will give me a flare up on my hand. She's like, okay, you just take one piece, I take another. She's just like, we are going to argue. We're going to argue. I was just like, I didn't eat that bacon. I didn't care. I was like, we're just going to argue because I'm not going to have a flare up. And she's just like, that is why you look so young. Because you take care of yourself. And I was thinking to myself, Emmy, man, please, if you see what I eat when I'm alone, you'd be like, oh my God. Yeah, but we had a really good time. I was like just hooked on every word that she said. And then I ran her to the post office. She argued with me because she wanted me to go home and go get the stuff that I need to mail off for my dad from Father's Day. And I was just like, no, it's not packaged right or whatever. And we argued about that. But I took her to the mail, to the post office so she could mail her letter. And then, because remember, we live in the same complex, she was just like, so, because we was in my car. So when I went to go drop her off, I was just like, okay, Emmy. And then, of course, she was just like, no. She was just like, come on inside. I'll show you my apartment. So I ended up going in her apartment, and God bless her, because it felt good, but it also concerned me. And I'm not saying that Emmy is naive, but I was just like, imagine getting to that age and probably being lonely, that you're so happy that you have the company, that this woman is trusting me. She doesn't know me. Just because I'm her teacher, she always be like, you're my like she was telling the woman at IHOP, she was just like, I'm going to have what my teacher's having. She really does like me. And my heart went out to her because she just wanted that company. And I got in there, and as soon as we got into the foyer, she's like showing me the pictures on her wall and showing me like, this is my son, this is my son, this is my daughter, this is my grandchild. She's just showing me all the pictures, and she's showing me in her living room. She's like, sit down, make yourself at home. And I would say basically by the time I got home, remember these classes started at 10:30. By the time I got home, it was like 4:30, going on 5 o'clock or whatever. And I sat with her and I just had the greatest conversation. We talked a little bit about everything, And then I had to. I was just like, okay, Emmy, I gotta go. And so she's like, do you like salmon? I love salmon. And then she's like, come. And then she's showing me all the stuff that she has in her freezer. And so she said, this is for you and me. We are going to eat this salmon together. And so I had to tell her that, Emmy, I promise you, we will have salmon together, but I will let you know when we can do it, because I don't want to give her the impression like, okay, yeah, whenever you feel like it, yeah, I'm going to be available, because I work and I have time. I have to record. I still have to do other things too. But I wanted to let her know, like, yes, you have, if I tell you I'm gonna do something, then I give you my word, because that is so important. And a lot of times we forget it is just as important to keep your word with the older person as it is important to keep your word with a child, because they hang on to that. There's just like when she saw me, she's like, we're going to go to brunch, right? You said we was going to go to, yes, we're going. I'm here. I don't know about the other people, but I'm here. We're going to go. And when I was leaving, so she had to show me what was in her freezer. She had to show me the kitchen, even though it's an open floor concept. She had to tell me the history behind the dining room set. And then it didn't stop there. She had to show me her little patio. And she had to show me the plant. You walk right into it. And then she's like, come, I'll show you my bedroom. She had to show me her bedroom. She had to show me her closet. She had to show me her bathroom. But I understood, and it broke my heart, because I was just like, she just wants company. And I realized that company probably was so valuable to her than gold, more valuable to her than gold. And I am more than happy to do that. And because I actually teared up when we were eating, and I had to hurry up and kind of look somewhere else and pray that the tears didn't fall, because I could feel how happy she was when we were eating. Like, she's like, I'm having lunch with my teacher, but not so much her teacher, the fact that someone wanted to spend time with her. And it was very moving for me. And when she looked across at the table, we were like halfway through our meal, and she said, I just like you a lot. She said, I can see that. She said, you are really a good person. And, sometimes because I'm so moody and the issues that I'm having at work right now, some people think I'm mean and be like, ugh, gosh, she's so moody or whatever. I do get moved, because when people say they think that I'm good, like, I want to be good. I want to be good. And I'm not trying to be a people pleaser. I just want to be good. I just want to be good to people. I really do. And because this world is so freaking ugly, and it's getting uglier by the minute, it is so important for me to just be good to people. I really want people to look at me like, if all this craziness is going on in the world and this world is being so unkind to you, I really want to be that one moment for someone to let them know, like, it's not all bad. It's not all ugly. I know I can't save the world or whatever. I'm not trying to, but I'm telling you this because it's so important for everybody to know that when you are given that opportunity, please be aware. Take advantage of the opportunity, the moment. Seize the moment when you have the opportunity to be kind to someone. Yes, I had things I had to do. That's the reason why I had to end up doing everything yesterday in that black dress. But whatever, it got done. Yeah, I'm sleepy now, but so what? What's a little sleep deprivation? God. Anyway, yeah. So now I can come back out and be the silly shy again. That's it. Or something else? Yeah. That's it. So that's how my Saturday class went. So understand this, folks. So this is what I got going on. I got one person that I have to work on a cow with. Who knows? Cheryl might show back up after watching Fiber Flux. She's pretty easy to follow, just like Crystal. I give her that. I like Fiber Flux. You know what? I'm gonna tag Fiber Flux, and I don't know if she gonna watch me. She probably never heard of me, but I need to say this now. Fiber Flux, the lady from Fiber Flux. You know what I don't like? I don't like the new theme music. You know what I like? The old, like the vintage music. And when the little buttons be going, I like that music. It makes me happy. And when she came out with that, I don't even know what that music. Y'all watch Fiber Flux? It'd be like, I don't like that. I like that's the music. I mean, sometimes I just watch Fiber Flux old videos just to hear that thing. I don't know. I haven't had dinner. That's why I'm acting crazy. Yeah. But oh, wait a minute, before I go. This ain't got nothing to do with the class, y'all. When I was at work today, I had got a notification for VJ's Creations Crochet? VJ Crochet. Now, I always have my notifications on for a lot of people, but I have never seen a lot of people that I'm subscribed to. And I'm trying to make an oath to everybody I'm subscribed to, and especially if they subscribe to me, and I need to watch. There are certain people whose channel I have never watched, never seen before. It's not because I don't want to watch your channel, it's because I don't have time. Now, granted, I probably do have time, and I'm just gonna tell myself right now and say that, yeah, I probably do watch some people's channels more than others. I've never even given everybody a chance, but that is on my bucket list, to watch everybody at some point. I blame it on Mama Gear, Mama G Gear, Thrice and Stitches, Lisa Knits. Those three, for some reason, I just hang out there. I hang out there. Yeah, but anyway, getting back to VJ's Crochet. Yeah, she had a live, and I was just like, today at work, whatever. At first, I started off on break, but the break had ended in 5 minutes. And I was on that live chat for a hot second. Man, why in the world, y'all? I don't know what these little old ladies be talking. Oh, my bad. The older women, the crooning women. Y'all know what crooning is? I should go off into that, because that is that's the stage where women have come into full womanhood. Like the older women, it's a passage, Anyway, yeah, let me get back on subject. That chat, y'all, I was at work hollering. You hear me? I knew it was a matter of time before my supervisor or one of them little team leads or whatever had came up and was just like, what is going on back here? Because I sit in the corner all the way back myself. Yeah, they put baby in the corner, just like Dirty Dancing. They always put baby in the corner. But I don't know what was going on in that chat. When I tell y'all, if y'all have never sat in on VJ's chat, it was my first time. I have seen her in other chats, but I had never been in one of her live chats. I'm telling y'all, if y'all need a good laugh, please, Lord, you can go back to her replay and you'll see what I was laughing about. Man, when I tell you this lady is funny, I was mad at myself for just now really being able to check out one of her live chats. Oh my God. And some of y'all probably looking at it, y'all was in that live chat with me. Now, mind you, break had long been over and I knew I needed to leave, but I could not leave. Thank God. Well, actually, I ended up having to go to a meeting, but man, when I tell y'all the stuff that was being said in there, all I'm going to say is this: thongs. Y'all can only imagine the kind of conversation I was. And you know what's funny about the yarny community? Especially when there's a whole bunch of women in there, especially, and there's no men around. Man, some of the things that the women be talking about. Now, y'all know I'll jump off something. If it gets dirty, I'll be like, nah, I don't want to do all that. But it be sly how y'all be doing it. Man, it is funny. All I could do was just sit back and how I was back there. I mean, this is all they heard. Me back in there, I was like back there typing like that's all you heard coming from my cubicle. I was just like, this lady about to get me, this whole entire chat community, yarning community is about to get me fired. Because the stuff that was being said was funny. Because it was like real slick. And they kept talking about this. Man, I don't know. Go back and look at the replay. I need to drop that link in my description box. That's it. I'm done. I need to hurry and go eat my chicken salad and go iron my clothes. That's it. This was a dry video, y'all, but whatever. Y'all got the point. There's your update for the June class. Week 2. We're coming up on week 3 this Saturday. I have no idea what's going to happen. Watch everybody and their mom show back up. Yeah. So, and Andrea wanted to say, because I told y'all she's shy, thank you again for all of her support. She said, and I quote, she was just like, she is so psyched. She is ready to make a big project. Like, there's no stopping her. She is on fire like Alicia Keys. That girl is on fire. That girl is on fire. I don't even know how that song go. Bye.